In this video, let's continue with the same use case, account summary card, and we will learn how data communication happen from FlexCard to data mapper. That means how to configure FlexCard data source. These are the previously completed playlist, and now we are continuing with this playlist, and topic is how to configure data source for FlexCard, followed by practice exercise and some interview questions. Scenario is the same. We need to design an account summary card based on provided account ID. In previous video, we had taken custom JSON. Now we will be provided some account ID. Based on that account ID, we need to fetch data and develop an account summary card. Let's see how we can do it. So this is the previously we created account summary card, and how it looks. This looks very basic, something like this. And if we check data source for this, it's a custom JSON, as I mentioned previously as well. Now what we want, we'll be getting account ID. Okay, so if suppose this is our FlexCard, this FlexCard having some data source, it means it will pass some account ID. At this moment, don't think from where we will get the account ID. Let's assume FlexCard will pass some account ID to one of the data source. Let's take here, we are taking data mapper turbo extract. Then this data mapper will fetch some records, maybe one record or multiple records based on the requirement. Here we need to fetch only one account because we are having one account ID. After fetching account details, return it to the FlexCard. So we need to focus on this specific step, how to configure FlexCard so that it will take the past input. Based on that, it will fetch record and return it to the FlexCard. So for that, we need to have data mapper. In first playlist, how to develop data mapper, already I have explained what is data mapper turbo extract. We do have two extract, data mapper turbo and data mapper extract. Here we need to fetch only account details. It means only one object, and hence as a best practice I am taking here data mapper turbo extract. So already I developed this data mapper turbo extract account object where ID equals account ID. This account ID will be provided from FlexCard, and if I show you preview, I am getting some output like this as well. Now let's configure this data mapper in the FlexCard. Copy data mapper name. In the data source type, let's select data mapper, give data mapper name. Okay, now this data mapper is expecting some input. What's the input? Account ID. If you want to fetch details of account, but which account, so we need to pass account ID there. In the input map, click add. What's the key? Account ID. The same variable what we are using in the data mapper turbo extract. Same variable you need to mention in the account ID as a key. Value at this moment you can give any value. You can hard code it as well. Not a good practice. You can do like this as well. But instead of this, what you can do, you can give some here input account ID. The moment you give some variable here in the curly braces, click outside. Immediately you will be able to see test parameters, and in this test parameter you can pass some value. Then as I mentioned, always save it. Then you should be able to see some output like this. Okay, now what we want to display this output on FlexCard UI. Let's go here. As I mentioned, let me remove this first of all. This is what I have mentioned or explained in the last video. Then I want to show some data here. Then I said click on the fields, but nothing is coming on the fields. Okay, what's the issue? We are getting data. Let me save and fetch. We are already getting data, but still I'm not able to see in the field section. The reason behind this, we are getting data here under the parent node account. All data is present here, but that is under the parent node account. And how to fetch it? We want here directly of fields that we are not able to see. For that, let's understand the concept first. Here we are getting the complete JSON node, and this complete JSON output is as a part of the list. Okay, under this list we do have the first record. Okay, and in the first record we have this account node. So we want this data. If you want this data, this JSON, then I need to reach to account. How to reach to account? It's the first record of this list or array. Then we know if it is an array or list, how to fetch it. If I do here, let me remove it. This is a completely array. So let me write something like this. This is the array format. In this array, it's the first record. In this whole array or list, it's the first record. Array index starts from 0. So I'm writing 0 here. So with this subscript notation, I reach to this record. Okay. In this first record, I want to fetch account. So let's copy this account node. I'm copying it. Mention the same here. Conceptually, I'm getting the output of data mapper in the list format. In this list, it's a first record. Hence, I have written here 0th node or 0th record. In this 0th record or first record, I do have account node. So I mention that here as well. Once I mention here, then its output will be something like this. Let's try it. Copy it. Okay. And mention this in the result JSON path. Copy it. Again save it. And see, you are able to see what we want to see it. Let's say OK. Go back to our text and here click it and then click on the field section. We are expecting that we should be able to see account name, type, etc. Yeah, we can see here name means account name. You will see why it's name, why it's not account name. If you see the data mapper, in the data mapper turbo, whatever the object's name, the same we need to select here. This is the object, sorry, not object name, object field name. This is the account name, this is the field name in the account object. Same with type and industry. If you want to change these labels, then you need to go for data mapper extract. In turbo, we don't have that mapping tab itself. And what the output of this turbo, the same we are able to see here as well. In the type, let's select it, industry, contact, it's a phone. And once you map this, these are the field names, or I can say EY field names, and these are the field names of the object. The mapping is done. Preview it, and here we are able to see the specific account details. Which account details? The one which we have provided here. Let me show it again. We have provided some account name here. In case if you want some other account name, let's test it for some other account. Let's copy the account ID. At this moment, you need not to worry from where we are getting all these account IDs. Okay. In real time, I will tell you some other way how to read it. Let's save and fetch. We are getting different account. Preview it, and you should be able to see that account details. In case if you want to test on the preview page itself, now I don't want to test this account. I want to go for another one. Let's copy something from here. Here is a one tab, add test parameters. Here also you can change it. I'm replacing this with the ACMA account. Add it, and you will be able to see another account details. Yeah. So this way we can configure data source for the FlexCard, and this is what objective of this video. What we learned here, how to configure data source, that's a data mapper extract, how we can connect a FlexCard to backend data. I mean to say, even when we are configuring, we need to take care of this key value pair or the input passing. And this is what data communication from FlexCard to data mapper. And what data we are getting from data mapper, if you want in specific format, we need to play in this result JSON path as well. And this is what foundation for advanced sources like integration procedure. In future videos, instead of adding here data mapper, we will add the integration procedure as well. Now practice exercise. Similarly, as I mentioned in the last video as well, I am doing it for the account fields. You can do it for the contact card. Similarly, you can develop a contact card, develop a data mapper extract, and all this process you can do it as a practice. If you need any help, let me know in the comment section or a LinkedIn page. Based on this discussion, you can try answering these sample interview questions. Feel free to mention your answers in the comment section. If you have any doubt, any question, feel free to mention in the comments or message me on the LinkedIn page. In next video, what we will do, how to fetch record data using dynamic record ID. As I mentioned, you need not to worry from where account ID will get passed. Now, how it get passed, how to read the dynamic record ID, all those things we will discuss in the next video. If you learned something from this video, kindly subscribe the channel, like it, and please share it in your network. Thank you for watching.